What's really happening in our skies? And what could be revealed next? From UFOs and UAPs to global conflicts and unexpected events, this week we're getting specific. I'm Sarah C. This is Starseed Dispatch, and your Weekly World Vedic Report starts now. And here's where this story gets even more interesting. Disclosure isn't something we're simply waiting for anymore. It is already happening. In 2026, new government UFO and UAP files have been released in multiple batches. Documents, photographs, reports, and military recordings connected to decades of unexplained encounters. And another batch was released just days ago. But releasing files and answering the biggest questions are two very different things. Because buried among decades of reports are encounters involving strange lights, unexplained objects, military observations, and cases where witnesses described things they simply could not identify. Some cases eventually receive ordinary explanations. Others remain unresolved because there simply isn't enough reliable data to determine what was actually there. And that distinction matters. Unidentified does not automatically mean extraterrestrial, but unidentified also means the question remains open. Now add something else. For years, whistleblowers and former intelligence officials have made extraordinary allegations involving secret programs, recovered craft, and even materials allegedly connected to non-human intelligence. Those claims have never been publicly proven with physical evidence, but they have done something incredibly important. They forced the conversation out of the shadows and into government hearings, official investigations, and public scrutiny. And now we have governments releasing records while military agencies continue collecting reports. So ask yourself, why now? Why are decades of information being pushed into public view at this particular moment? And are we being shown everything? Probably the most interesting possibility for the coming week isn't necessarily another giant document dump. It may be one piece, one photograph, one recording, one witness, one document that contains something nobody noticed the first time. Because between July 22nd and the 24th, the Vedic patterns we're watching favor information moving quickly, and something hidden suddenly becoming much harder to contain. And I'm watching beyond official government releases. Watch civilian footage, watch pilots, watch astronomers and space agencies. Watch what begins circulating online before mainstream news organizations even know what they're looking at. Because if something unusual happens over Australia, Europe, Asia, Mexico, South America, the Caribbean, or over one of our oceans, the first disclosure may not come from a government at all. It may come from hundreds of people holding phones pointed at the same sky. And if that happens between July 22nd and the 24th, remember this prediction. What has been unfolding in our skies is only part of the story. UAP disclosure is accelerating, new information continues to surface, and the planetary patterns ahead point to July 22nd through the 24th as a critical window for sightings, revelations, and unexpected developments. So we're staying right here, because there's much more happening above us than what's making the headlines. Now we need to look below the surface, because some of the strangest encounters aren't happening in the sky at all. They're happening over our oceans. Military witnesses have described unidentified objects appearing near water, hovering above it, and in some reported encounters, seemingly entering or emerging from the ocean. These are often called USOs, unidentified submerged objects. And this changes the conversation completely. The oceans cover more than 70% of our planet, yet enormous areas remain difficult to continuously observe. This week, the planetary patterns put water, hidden movement, and sudden observation into a particularly interesting alignment. From July 22nd through the 24th, I'm putting coastal waters and major ocean corridors firmly on the watch list, particularly the Pacific, Atlantic, and areas surrounding military activity. Watch for unusual footage, multiple witnesses, military reports, and unexplained activity occurring near or directly over the water. Because the next major development in the UAP story may not come from something descending from space. It may come from something already here. For those of us who have been experiencing contact for years, disclosure is not something we've been waiting for. We already know contact exists. Many of us have experienced it in completely different ways. Through direct communication, dreams, visions, Downloads, physical encounters, frequencies, and messages that arrive with information we could not simply explain away. Some connect with Pleiadian, Andromedan, Arcturian, Sirian, Anunnaki, and other galactic beings and civilizations. TOVA and I have both experienced these connections for years, each through our own individual pathways. And right now, something feels different. The planetary movements ahead point toward an intensification of communication, hidden knowledge surfacing, and connections becoming stronger and more difficult to ignore. This is where I want our Starseed community paying very close attention. Watch your dreams. Watch repeating symbols, numbers, names, and coordinates. Pay attention to sudden downloads that arrive without warning, changes in frequency, unusual physical sensations during contact, and messages that repeat themselves. Most importantly, pay attention when people who have never spoken to one another begin receiving the same information, because that is where individual contact becomes something much bigger. We may be entering a period where the messages begin connecting. Different people, different countries, different star systems, but pieces of the same information arriving at the same time. And if that begins happening on a larger scale, we won't need someone standing behind a government podium to tell us contact has begun. We'll already be living it. For many of us, we already are. TOVA and I truly appreciate hearing from other starseeds, so share your experiences with us. Stay connected and keep watching July 22nd through the 24th. For more galactic updates, like, subscribe, and share with your fellow starseeds. We are galactic beings living a human existence. Thanks for watching. I'm Sarah C., and this is Starseed Dispatch.